Okay, here's Nina Turner. She's continuing to push for Senator Sanders. They're going to cut in with a Bill Clinton clip talking about blame candidates versus responsibility candidates. And to be quite honest with you, I think Bernie, based on staying on point for all of the years that he's been doing it, is more the responsibility candidate versus being called a blame candidate. Here we go.
Another Rust Belt state where recent polling shows Clinton with double-digit leads. And joining me now is former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner. She's endorsed Bernie Sanders, has campaigned extensively for him around the country. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Tam.
Let's talk about what's happening here in Ohio on the ground. There's a gender gap. The Quinnipiac poll released yesterday found that Ohio women back Clinton over Sanders 56%, 39%. Men prefer Senator Sanders 55 to 43. Why the gap? Why the gender difference there?
Well, I'm not sure why the gap is there, but it is very important whether somebody is a man or a woman to understand what Senator Sanders is fighting for. And he's fighting for the working poor and the middle class.
When we say the working poor, working middle class, for both Donald Trump and Senator Sanders, that often pivots to working white middle class or the angry white vote. That we keep using this terminology, but I just want to read something real quick. From the chairman of the Mahoning County Board of Elections, which encompasses Youngstown. He says, we're seeing something this election cycle I've never seen before to this degree. Every day I take phone calls or get voice messages from people saying they've been Democrats all their life and they've had it. They want to vote for Donald Trump. They're not seeing Senator Sanders as their alternative. Why do you believe that?
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true. And what the chairman is saying is anecdotal. And I, too, have heard some of those sentiments, but for both in a different way. Because I know people like to compare Mr. Trump to Senator Sanders. This is really about people being fed up with the status quo, whether they're on the left or whether they're on the right. But I have talked to many Republicans who said that they will ultimately support Senator Sanders.
I'm being told that we have some news sound in from Bill Clinton in Chicago. I don't know what he's saying here, but apparently it may be regarding Senator Sanders. Let's play this.
This should be a race for president. And there's a blame candidate and a responsibility candidate in this race. I'm betting the responsibility candidate will win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He says there's a blame candidate and a responsibility candidate in this. Obviously, your brow has raised.
Yes,
this is a snippet of what he said walking in to a polling location. Your reaction to
the
that?
Responsibility candidate is Senator Bernie Sanders, who does not change his message depending on what audience that he's talking to. He has been a steady champion from being a college student all the way to filibustering, as you know, for over 8 hours against the Bush tax cut extensions. And for states like mine, the state of Ohio, similar to Michigan and Wisconsin and Illinois, other Midwestern states where these bad trade policies have taken away good working jobs. I mean, it's utterly, it's hypocrisy, if you ask me. It's the height of hypocrisy for President Clinton to insinuate that Senator Sanders is the blame candidate.
Will Senator Sanders win Ohio today?
Yes, he will. I believe he will. I'm looking for a Michigan miracle.
All right, Mr. Adams, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to have you on. Coming up.
Now, I love Nina Turner's message, how she articulates it. You know, she is very accessible, and she just comes across as a person that's in touch with the people. Now, on a personal note, everybody's got their own flavor of Kool-Aid, but in my opinion, she is fine as hell.